All right, here we are. Finally gonna be able to shoot my test loads. The Vortex spotter set up here. Got my Fierce Mountain Reaper set up. I switched from the Hornady ELD-M's. I do have a couple loaded up there for comparison, but I switched to the 195 grain Berger EOLs in 7mm. So far, doing some velocity testing, these rounds have been shooting faster than the 180 grain ELD-M's. So I've got loads worked up in 67.5, 68, 68.5, and 68.8 grains of Retumbo powder. Got my target set out there right at 100 yards, and we're gonna start plinking away. So I'm gonna start out with a bit of dry fire training. First, make sure I'm ready to go. Well, find my natural point of aim. Work on my breathing. Nice slow trigger pull. All right, here we go. I'm ready for live. This is the lowest charge weight at 67.5 grains. Coal on these is longer, so I'm at 3.428 on a coal. Well, definitely not happy with this group. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was that one that I pulled. Alrighty, let's see what the next group do. All right, I adjusted my position a little bit for a little bit better stability. And this is the 68 grain of Retumbo load. I didn't take a velocity reading on these. I just went with the 67.5s and the 68.8s. And the 68.8s have a great velocity, right where I wanted to be at a little over 2,800 feet per second. Much better. All right, well, here we are. So that first group at 67.5 wasn't very good. Went over to 68 and we looked pretty good, and then I had a couple of flyers. Again, very easily could be me. 68.5, kind of wider than I wanted to be. 68.8 was still a little bit wider, and then another 68.8 group, and looks like I was able to tighten it up a bit. So I don't have my calipers out here. Looks like I still need to kind of tighten some stuff up. Probably still need a little bit better shooting platform. I think a lot of it is me. I'll get a couple of good shots that are almost touching, and then I have a couple of flyers. So yeah, still a little work to do. So where are we after that? So after taking the calipers to the thing, most of the Berger groups pretty much throw out a flyer here or there, but the overall group size was pretty much about the same with all of the loads that I fired with that. This last load here was with ELD-Ms, and while they didn't get the velocity that I want, and ultimately I'm working up this load for hunting, so the ELD-M is not really a hunting bullet, but that group was a little bit tighter, quite a bit tighter. But I'd already worked with the ELD-M and kind of have established a good coal with that. So I think what I'm going to do is, since all the groups are really about the same size with the Bergers, and again, a lot of it I'm sure is me. I didn't have the most stable platform, and I really will agree that I need to get myself in a more stable shooting situation. But it was such a beautiful day. I was going to wait to go to the range, and the day was so beautiful that I was like, let's do this. So I shot all my test loads. But with the fact that the dispersion is about the same, and you know, I am shooting these long heavy for caliber bullets, and they stabilize a little bit further. When I was shooting yesterday, I shot out to 600, and I probably had the same group at 600 yards because those bullets have really stabilized by then. And so I've heard people say that you should really do your test loads, fire your test loads for groups at about 200 yards because that gives those longer bullets a chance to really stabilize. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pick a load. I like the velocity on the 68.8 grains, and so I think I'm going to go with the 68.8 grains for my load, for my powder charge. But what I will do now is I'm going to adjust cartridge overall length. I'm only 20 thousandths off of jam currently, and so I'll start backing that back generally by about 3 thousandths at a time, and see if I can't get those to tighten up a bit. I think we're getting close, and like I said, you know, I took some of those Bergers. I think I was shooting the 68.5s, and I took those out to 600, and they were right on at 600, just shooting a random rock. And so I think we're real close, and that's my preferred bullet for this, and I'm getting better velocities with them. So I just need to refine things and get them to group better, and I think that's the direction that I will go. So stay tuned for more.